Okay, so on the bench today, I have a 62 TE transmission, and this is out of a 2014 Ram ProMaster with a 3.6. And what makes this transmission special, and one of the main reasons why I'm filming this, because I do have a 62 TE teardown video, is this transmission. This gentleman that owns this truck is has a delivery business, and he drove here from Saratoga. And this transmission on the van, on the delivery van, there is 594,000 miles on the van, and the van is in mint condition. The first transmission he had done under warranty at about 93,000 miles. And now he has 594,000 miles on it, and this transmission basically has a converter chatter, kind of like you're going over a rough road, you know, when the converter applies. When I first drove this, the converter came on pretty harshly, and then I went back, put my scanner on it, and I'm watching the slip RPM, and it was way out of whack to the point where the computer actually knocked it out of lockup. But the funny thing is, it really never set a code, but it had a 100% lockup problem. So this transmission has 500,000 miles on it. And really the only problem is some of the CBRs were a little high, that they were out of range, but driving it, the thing worked very nicely. So we're gonna film the teardown to see what this thing looks like with 500,000 miles on it. He constantly changes the fluid. He stays on top of everything with this van, because he could be in New York on Monday, he can be in Ohio on Tuesday, and he can be in LA on Thursday. So that's the kind of driving this guy does, and that's mainly why it's a 2014 with 594,000 miles on it. So we're gonna do an overhaul. So what I got right now is I have a complete banner kit. I have the overhaul kit, and I have a complete piston kit. This is all Trans-Tech, you know, OE quality stuff here. And I got from the company Sonics a bearing kit for this transmission. So every bearing in this transmission is going to be changed. You know, these things have issues with gear trains going bad, and I think one of the main reasons why the gear trains do go bad is because the bearings go bad, and it just sets off a chain reaction, and it gets into the gears and busts up the gears. All right, so I am going to get a little closer. I took some of the bolts out already. It's after hours. I kind of just got done with a 12-hour workday, so I'm going to be here a little longer taking this thing apart. So I took some of the bolts out, so these covers will come off fairly easy. And I'll get a little closer. We'll just kind of go over the sensors real quick, and then we can start tearing this transmission down. Even the fluid, you know, like I said, this guy's definitely on top of everything. Fluid's cherry red, but more than likely an issue in a converter. I'm actually sending the converter out to be cut open just to confirm if, you know, that they find something into that, because I just want to know, you know, where the problem is. But it certainly 100% felt like something in the torque converter. So I'm going to get a little closer. I'm going to take this cap off. We don't want to lose that. And we'll go over just sensors real quick, and then we'll start taking the trans apart. Okay, so real quick, as far as the sensors go, up here we have the input speed sensor. This is the output speed sensor closest to the diff, and this is the transfer shaft speed sensor. That kind of reads like the compounder assembly. All right, so let's get these sensors off. Got a little crap on the sensor here, but for 500,000 miles, I'm sure you're going to have something on there. All right, output speed. All right, there's that one. Okay, so let's get this diff off first. I'm going to take the two 45 millimeter, 45 torque, 45 millimeter. There we go, we got a shim here. All right, we're going to take these bolts out. Two left in there, 16 millimeter. Okay. Race. There's the race for the bearing. Splash shield, put in here. Seal. Change that. Okay, looks very nice here. Even the bearings look good. To this thing. Okay, that's what that looks like. All right. All right, let's pull the pump and drums out. Okay. Got this starting to move a little bit. Okay. So I'll just chunk this down real quick. Here's a pump bearing, which of course again, all the bearings are going to be changed. Input drum assembly. We'll take a look at the frictions, real nice. Drum looks real nice. 2/4 clutch hub. I'm also actually putting in this thing, it's going to be here tomorrow, I have a brand new gear train that I am installing on this, but I'll tell you something, this thing looks perfect. Okay, sun gear and a bearing. All right. Taking out the snap ring for the 2/4. Then you have to drop the valve body to get. Here's the snap ring. Let's see if this will come out. Got it. All right, got it. I'm gonna put a new piston in there. Build my snap ring. Nice. Let's take a look at the 2/4 clutches and steels. Okay. Wow, look at that. 500,000 miles on those things. I like to change the 2/4 steels. I like to change because I felt it. I feel it gives you a nice shift with new steels on 604s, 42 RLEs, 606s. I always put new 2/4 steels in. All right, we're going to get this bypass valve out here. I'm actually going to get that as well. I like to change those. All right, there's a ball and spring in here. I'm going to make sure it's free, but I'm going to be putting another one in anyway. now I'm going to pull this side cover off. Okay, there we go. So we got a solenoid pack. We got our TCC solenoid. This is the solenoid that tends to get mechanically clogged a lot. All right, and when that happens, just single solenoid, not the solenoid pack, the single solenoid, the engine will sputter and stall as you're coming to a stop. All right, so when that happens, pretty common for that solenoid to be no good. I get a lot of questions on that. All right, so there's the ML internal mode switch, line pressure sensor. I'm going to actually pull this valve body off, but I'll just unplug everything because this is all part of the solenoid pack. All right, so we're going to pull this. Got to get my socket for that, and I got to get the socket, the 7mm for the valve body bolts. All right, I got that. And then I got to get this. Okay. This out. Okay. And if you can see the space right here, all right, this is where the roller goes in between. You know, some people maybe accidentally may put it here, but then the switch won't move, so you got to make sure that you put it just like this. Okay. Now we got the 7mm bolts. I believe there's probably about 21 of them. I got one left, but let's get these out. Okay, so we're going to take the anchor pin out first. This is this little socket here. What I did is I have a punch that'll just fit in the hole, and I give it a smack to loosen it, and then she loosens up fairly easy. All right, so that loosened right up, no problem. So we'll get this out. And that's the anchor pin. And that's what I use to get it out with. All right, now the roll pin. That's gonna fall actually into the pan, so we'll just let it go into the pan. Okay. Now we can slide the linkage up. Okay. Linkage here. Take the neutral switch out. All right, here's the neutral switch. Okay, now we're going to pull this valve body out. Tubes, I'm sure, are going to come out with it. Okay, there's the valve body, there's the tubes. That side. Okay. All right, this feeds the 2-4 clutch. You got a seal here and a seal here over it. New one of those, I come. All right, now these accumulators are basically all the same. So it doesn't really matter where you put them back in. So they're there. I'll throw those all into a basket and wash all that up. Okay. I'm going to pull the pan down. All right, let's get it. More. All right, there's the pin and the magnet. Not bad. Filter. Okay. And we're going to take this piece out. This is the stop for the dipstick when you're checking the fluid level, or the tool as they call it. All right, here's the roll pin. Here's the roll pin from the linkage. I'll take this down. Okay. I'm going to change that seal. All right, let's get that back cover down and see what we got. Bend these tabs down a little. Okay. Just oil, like an oil guide. Okay, so now we gotta get like to get the low reverse clutches out. Let's get the snap ring. Pretty much same setup as like a 604. Pressure plate. All right, there's one of the low friction. It's in real nice shape. Now we got to get the other snap ring, thinner snap ring. Okay. There's that. And then we'll get the clutch loop out. Even low reverse. Very, very nice. Okay, so now we can continue back here. All right, let me just get set up. Gonna knock these tabs loose, and then I gotta just get my my big sockets. My 3/4 adapter broke, so I think we have a 3/4 inch gun. I don't know if I have a 1/2 inch socket this size, but I gotta see what I have. Let me get my 15. It's 14. And the locks. And the little bolts. All right, I just got to get set up here, see what I have and what I don't have. I know we borrowed a 3/4 inch gun because my adapter broke, so let me go find that so I can get these bolts out. Big nuts out. Hold on one second. Okay. All right, so we got this one here, the 1/2 inch. That actually came out fairly simple. And I broke the other one loose. All right, so you know what? I'm actually going to leave this one in here. And there's the rear planet. And then this one, I use this sucker to get it loose. It actually, I knocked the pins out and it, two seconds, it just gave it one shot and it pretty much loosened on this one here, this big nut. Okay, so we can take this out, take this out. All right, and we have a shim. All right, now I'm going to take the snap ring out of the compounder assembly. Okay, there's that. And the taper faces up on this and it's flat on this side, so the taper is going to face up. All right, now let's see if we can get this thing to move. Let me get this here. Is loosen some of these bolts up here. There we go. Just pop it up. All right, so this is what we're going to do here. Let's get this on. There's your compounder assembly. planet set. And the final, the pinion gear is inside here. All right, and then pretty much the case is stripped. All right, so let's put this back down. Here's the rear planet, and you have spacer there. I'll tell you, this stuff, wonderful shape, but it's getting new. All right, so I'm going to take the snap ring out of the low reverse. Where are my snap ring pliers? There we go. All right, just popped it out. Belleville. There's that. Let's get the piston out. Okay. And then the apply plate, or as we call it, the dog dish. Three torque 25 small screws. I torque these down when I put this back together to 40 inch-pounds. All right, them little suckers like that. The new apply plate usually comes in the overhaul kit with the gasket. Okay, there's two. There's the gasket, there's the apply plate. That's going to be changed as well. Okay. All right, so I just have left in the case is the pinion, and I think those are T30s. So I got to get all those out, and I'm going to lift that out, and I'll show you that because we definitely want to look at the bearings on that. But again, this thing drove great, nice and quiet. Extension. Zip these out real quick. All right, after this, case will be completely stripped down. Tough, let's put this, lift up, there we go. All right, very nice. Okay, case is stripped. Let me get rid of the case, get rid of the oil, and I want to get that snap ring off of here because that's a real pain. And then we're going to open up the pump and the drums and check everything out. All right, so I'll be back in 10-15 minutes. Just going to put you guys on pause for a few minutes, and I shall return. Okay, so we're ready to go. I got this clipped off, honestly, in like 5 minutes, which is fantastic. So those take a little while sometimes. All right, so I'm going to take a little sun gear off. I'm going to take the snap ring out. Okay, there's the direct clutch. Now we want to, all right, so we'll take the, all right, So we gotta get the bearing out here. Okay. There is the bearing. Put that aside. Then we can lift this off. Bearing here. Now I actually gotta take this out. All right, so we have the updated drum with the non-rotational rings. This should probably come up. Okay. I'll just take a look at this. Low clutches. All right, a little dark, but I'll tell you, for the amount of miles on it, I'm impressed. Okay, let's take a look at the directs. Again, very, very nice. Okay, all right, so this is the, I'm actually gonna just take this apart in the morning. Gotta just take these bolts out, slide the compounder, the low drum off. This has the updated drum with the non-rotational ring, so this is good. All right, get the input drum. All right, we got a 4-tab washer here. First, we're going to look at reverse. And there's the overdrive and the underdrive. They got a lot of samples. Okay, reverse. Okay, snap ring. Let's see where the thing is. There it is. Okay, so this snap ring is the flat one, and underneath this plate there is a wavy one. Slide that out. Overdrive frictions. Very nice. Underdrive hub. Looks good. Alright. You got a 5-tab washer that goes on the in between the two hubs. And then you have a 3-tab washer and a flat washer here. Put this, we don't need to do that. Let's take a look at this here. All right, you see this, there's some movement here. All right, so these bushings in here are worn, and the bushings in here are worn, so I'm going to replace them with the Sonics 1-piece bushing. That will prolong the life of the overdrive clutch. All right? Okay, let's get the other snap ring out. Okay, this is the wavy one. And now we have another snap ring. I gotta find the end. Okay. Time here. We'll get it. There you go. Got it. Okay, this is going to be a thick one. And this bevel faces up also. All right, that'll get the plate out. Now we got a, here's an underdrive clutch. Now let's find the opening of the lighter snap ring. There it is. That and the underdrive frictions. Okay, not bad, not bad. Waiting for the friction module. All right, so this is good here. We're gonna put, let's take very flimsy. Okay, I'm actually gonna need probably this. A little wire clip out. Okay, hold the input shaft in. Okay, there we go. Bushing in here. Looks like that's going to be changed. That is definitely worn out, 100%. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to take this input drum apart. You got a couple of pistons in here. The balance piston here, which is going to be changed. All right, let's take a look at this one. Okay. Then I'm going to get a chrome socket. All right. Okay, very nice. All right, the gears look actually are very nice, and the dots face up. Okay. Pump bushing looks good, but it's going to be changed, and the pocket here, very nice. Very impressed with the amount of mileage on it. Okay, another planetary set. This set usually is pretty good. Don't really see too many issues with these. There's another snap ring in here. All right, so we have a little washer here and a bearing. Ring here and another bearing in here. So in this, the washer bearing goes in first, and then this washer will go in. Or you can even put, oops, you can even put a planet in, and then you can spin a little washer in there. Okay, just fell into place. Alrighty. Okay, so down body. Got the tubes, O-rings. The O-ring's going to go on the tubes. And of course, I'm going to pull this thing apart, make sure the solenoid switch valve is good. New solenoid pack. TCC solenoid and line pressure sensor. Alright, so the only thing we really got left, I guess what I'll do is let me just go over to the foot press. I'll take this snap ring off. We'll just disassemble this drum together and call it a day. And then tomorrow, cleaning process will begin. Alright, so just give me another 2 minutes. We'll go through that and finish up the video. Okay, so we'll look at this input drum assembly. We got the snap ring I just took off. Balance piston, return spring assembly, underdrive, clutch hub. Sometimes these get grooves in them here. Like this looks good. When it has the groove in it, I like to change it. Gets grooves in here, but it looks good. Okay, now we need sapling pliers. Again, let me see if I can get them with this. If not, I got to use the straight ones. Let me just get the other one to be easier. One section's not coming out. Try to move it, jar it loose a little bit. Let's try that. All right, there we go. Another snap ring, and this is the one that the flat side goes down and the bevel faces up, or this thing will pop out on you the second you select drive or reverse. Okay, so we got the snap ring out. And coming next, we got the input clutch retainer and the, this is the piston, overdrive and reverse. Input clutch hub. Input sensor reads these. Come apart, you got a return spring here, got to make sure this is not cracked. And that's it. Alright, you know what, let me just one more thing, that ring in there. Let me just get these out. Sometimes I got to use a shocker to break them loose. They are 25s. Let me just work on that, and we'll just take a look at the rest of that, what it looks like in pieces. Okay, once again, be right back. All right, got 2 more to go. This should be, there's not. See if we can get this off. Okay. There we go. This will slide out. You got some rings here. All these rings will be changed. Very good. There is your low drum assembly. Again, just moved. All right, updated drum. These things aren't even worn out because the rings cannot rotate. All right, so that's it. All right, let me just kind of give you an overview one more time. Crap here. All right, give me 1 second. Let me just focus, and I want to give you a kind of shot at a whole bench here. Okay, so the transmission is completely torn down, and I just wanted to, one more thing. This isn't a low drum, this is a Sprague, so it turns one way and not the other. Okay, so you just got to be careful because this can't fit this way, this can't fit this way. So just take note or mark it, you know, how it comes out, because you don't want to put this thing in upside down. All right, so once again, this is a 2014 Ram ProMaster with a 3.6 liter 62 TE transmission, 500,000 miles on this transmission. The gentleman drove from Syracuse to drop it off to me for a rebuild. So basically what I'm doing is an overhaul kit with pistons, a banner kit, 2-4 steels, brand new bearings, as far as the valve body goes, new solenoid pack, sensors on the valve body, filter, converter. I actually have a very good premium synthetic oil that I'm going to be using. New bypass valve behind the bell housing, new bushings, and going to make it real nice. And then afterwards, of course, along with any Chrysler, a quick learn will be done following a road test. All right, so this is it. Name of this video is going to be the transmission with 500,000 miles, or 500,000 mile transmission. I thank you guys for watching. You have a great day, and we will see you next one.